Hello everyone. The topic of today's discussion is drug discovery and approval. The main objectives of the presentation are how the drug developed and gets approval, preclinical and clinical developmental phases, industrial perspective of a drug development, timeline of developmental process, and the overview of clinical trial phases. Now, the first and foremost question comes in the mind is how are drugs developed and approved? The discovery process relies totally on the good laboratory practices. Following the discovery of new chemical entities in academia or industry, many studies are conducted in animals as well as in humans. Randomized placebo-controlled double-blind trials are gold standards for the demonstration of efficacy and determining benefit or harm. The whole development process based on the good manufacturing practices as well as following the standard operating procedures. Standard operating procedures means what has been done must be documented. The thing what you have done is considered to be done only when you do documentation part, and the whole developmental and approval process of drugs requires lot of documentation. This figure shows you the clinical and clinical drug developmental phases with an opportunistic and optimistic timeline with success rate. Basically, in the preclinical testing in laboratories and in animal studies, the preclinical stands for the studies in animals only. The main subjects of the experimentation are animals basically. The main purpose of this preclinical study is to assess the safety and the activity of that particular agent which we are going to develop further. Total time course required or taken up by the preclinical testing is around 1 to 2 years, and most of the drug they passes the preclinical testing phase. After passing the preclinical testing phase, that particular drug enters into the phase 1 in which the less number of volunteers gets involved, and the drug has been tested or determined for its safety and dosage and requires 3 years of time, and around 70% of the drugs gets past this phase also. But up to the level of phase 3, only 27% of the drugs attain the phase 3 and able to file the new drug development application form. This is another view of preclinical and clinical drug developmental because basically related with the pharmaceutical industry point of view, that the drug discovery and development of 5,000 to 10,000 compounds takes 2 to 10 years for an industry to develop or to recognize a compound from the pharmacogenomics, and then when the compounds get recognized, they enters into the preclinical trial phase which comprises of 3 to 6 years, and here the reimbursement analysis have been done. After the preclinical trial phase, the whole compounds they cross or they enters into the clinical trial phase where the number of subjects are low to high depending upon the phase they enters. Like phase 1 they have 20 to 100 subjects, then phase 2 100 to 500 volunteers, and phase 3 1000 to 5000 people are involved and requires 6 to 7 years for all the phases to complete. Then FDA review process. First, approval from all the compounds which have been evaluated or chosen up for the trial studies is one approval out of around 7500 discoveries, and it takes up 1 to 2 years. So very less amount of compounds have the access to enter into the phase 3 trial or crosses all the clinical trials successfully and able to file up the new drug application form to FDA. After the FDA review, reimbursement assignments of 8 to 12 months phase comes up along with the phase 4, that is post marketing surveillance. This phase continues throughout the drug life. It does not have any timeline that, say for example, if we have to study the drug, we can take up only 5 years or next 10 years after the post marketing surveillance, but it's not like that. It is continuous throughout the drug life because here your drug is exposed to a large number of population. Along with that, after the drug passes the preclinical trial phase, here you can file investigational new drug application form, and as soon as the clinical trial phase gets successfully completed, then you can file the new drug application form. After the submission of new drug application, FDA starts reviewing process, and after the review process, the particular industry has the FDA approval and the patient access, or you can say that the launch of the drug takes place, and the drug, it is enter into the phase 4 of clinical trials. Always remember that drugs are developed to treat people and not the cells or experimental animals. So it takes a lot of time, around 15 to 20 years, for one drug to get into the market. Animal models we use up in the preclinical phases, like knockout mice, we deliberately put the mutation in a particular gene to block at the embryo stage and test out whatever the drug is demanding for. The problems associated are like animals may not get that particular disease what we get, like HIV. So we have to introduce HIV into the animal by the use of knockout model. And most of the model, they does not mimic the human condition. And also the people for ethical treatment of animals, PETA, is also a hindrance in the animal model. Timeline and discovery and development. Laboratory and animal studies takes up around 6 years, and filing process along with it. Phase 1 to phase 3 takes up around 7 years, and then filing of NDA to FDA is taken up around 1.5 years. Phase 4 post approval phase, basically, that requires 6 years of long duration, and the total time comes out to be on an average 15 to 20 years for a drug to get into the market for patients use. Clinical trials, basically investigational new drug components, they go into effect after 30 days if the FDA says nothing to the preclinical phase. Then into the clinical trial, we go to the previous experiments, we evaluate the chemical structure and toxicity in animals. The basic purpose is to find out whether the drug we are going to launch in the market, or we want to launch it into the market, is safe and effective. So to predict the toxic effects, to determine the safe dose, and to determine the efficacy is the main basic fundamentals of clinical trials. The participants are in the clinical trial, they are taken up depending upon the criteria of their age, sex, smoking status, and other medical conditions. And usually when they are taken up into the trial or the study, they have to sign a consent form. They can anytime voluntarily withdraw their involvement from the trial, and the confidentiality is always maintained in the whole trial process, and often this whole process is paid. Now the cost. Many pharmaceutical companies, they put whole their revenue into the development of a single drug molecule, and the success rate is 5000 is to 1. Total time taken up by any drug to come into the market is around 15 years for a chemical drug and around 10 years for a biological drug. So a long wait of drug to get launched to the market, hefty amount, and the less success rate. It is really and really very pressurized concept, but still many companies in India as well, they are putting up all their revenue in this research process to take up new drug entity into the market from the Indian pharmaceutical industries. Now let's take up the review on clinical trial phases. Phase 1 comprises of small group of people around 20 to 80, and those individuals are taken up which do not have any kind of disease, so that it will not create hindrance in the process of evaluating the particular safety of a drug, because here the safety measure is a main motive of phase 1 trial. The duration of phase 1 trial lasts for around 5 months to 5 years, and it also determine the drug absorption, metabolism, excretion, and duration of action. Then phase 2, when the phase 1 has been crossed up by a drug successfully, then it enters into the phase 2, where the large group of people have been involved, and the major fundamental basic of the phase 2 is to treat or to test the effectiveness of a drug, and it takes around 2 years to complete phase 2 trial, thereby further evaluating the safety of a, and then enters into the phase 3. It gets exposed to large number of people, around 3000, and the major motive is to confirm its effectiveness and monitoring of the side effects, and it is conducted in many hospitals at a same time. And also placebo has been also tested to see the effect of particular drug, because the placebo effect is measurable and the patient do not know if he is on the drug or on the placebo, and patient feels better even if they are on placebo, and this is the main common case often seen with the central nervous system drugs. Then the time comes when the drug passes out successfully all the three levels of phase 1, 2, and 3 successfully. Then the time of launching the drug in the market. And with the launch of drug, immediately the drug is exposed to large number of population, and the phase 4, that is post marketing surveillance. When the drug has been marketed for the treatment, we have to collect the information about the effect in various population, side effects, along with the use on long term, and many other things. Like pharmacovigilance is a part of phase 4 studies. So the main focus is on the evaluation of side effects along with the pharmacokinetic effects in different populations, how quickly the drug is absorbed and eliminated from the body, and do the patient develop tolerance or not, or does the effect of drug gets interfered with other medications or other secondary diseases like hypertension or diabetes. One important thing about the trials is to know the effect of placebo. Basically, it has wonderfully been described with the central nervous system treatment drugs. We usually do not use placebo in place of the drug, because the drug availability all is already available to treat the disease, and it is very unethical to use the placebo. Placebos are basically used to design or to stimulate a therapeutic context, like such that the effect of intervention is attributed to a way in which the context affect the patient's brain, body, and behavior. So this is all with the developmental phase, approval, as well as an overview of the clinical trial. Thank you.